Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Flesh and Blood stream. Unfortunately, this will be the last stream of the week with the holidays and everything going on, but don't worry, I got a video tomorrow for you guys. Tomorrow, I am dropping my Jarl Vitriti Armory Decks upgrade in 5 minutes videos so that you guys can check that out. It's great for new players. I think it also like kind of gives people an idea of like how I'm looking at building Jarl. Tonight, we are going to be playing Jarl, but I'm taking a completely different stab at how to build Jarl tonight. We are leaning much more into the Earth variation of everything we're trying to do with tonight's build. We're going to be looking at just trying to play Shadow Mount Heroic and seeing if we can really get a lot of value out of CMH and how we're looking to build the deck. So it's a very different build than like what we've been doing and how we've been testing things so far. But I'm curious to see how it does tonight. I'm going to be trying to get as much value as I can with CMH just because I'd really like to. I'd really like to abuse that card if we can. I think it could be very powerful. This was not originally my idea. I had a couple people send this idea to me. And I'm going to be honest, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to do tonight, but I'm hopeful that we can make something happen with it because I like Jarl and I like to see him do well. And if playing Shadow Mount Heroic is what has to happen, then that's what has to happen, you know? Hey, Brian, Matt, Peterson, Moose, what's up, everybody? Have my wisdom teeth pulled tomorrow, so Thanksgiving food for me. Oh, dude, Moose, I'm sorry to hear that, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Hey, Brian, Matt, what's up, guys? Try not to OD on Salisbury steak. We do not have Salisbury steak on Thanksgiving. I think Curly might strangle me if I suggested that, so we don't do that. We don't do that on Thanksgiving. But I do like where your head's at, Peterson. I like it for sure. Hey, Kit, what's up, dude? So tonight, there's a couple things we're gonna do before we jump into the games. The first thing I want to do is the new update for Jim just dropped a little bit ago, and I was kind of hoping that we could look at it together. I thought it'd be cool. I haven't seen it yet. But I thought it'd be cool for all of us to just kind of look at it together. I haven't seen it yet, and I thought it would be fun, you know, for you guys get my initial thoughts on what the new gym looks like. And we can just kind of see it all together and look at it. Then we're going to be looking at the Jarl deck, what I've put together, get your all's thoughts and how we can move forward with the Jarl deck, and everything that we're looking at as far as like playing CMH and stuff like that. And then after that, we're going to jump into the Jarl games, and we're actually going to be playing games. Oh, excuse me. I opened 2 boxes today, and they were stinkers. What set did you open? Like, what boxes did you open from the sets? Yeah, there is an update for Jim. There is an update for Jim, and I'm getting ready to pull it up so that you guys can see it. Let's see. All right, we're gonna have to pop out the chats. I don't know why it keeps doing this for some reason. Like, for some reason, it just keeps like randomly doing this. Where I just can't see the I just like the chat doesn't pop up for some reason. So I'm gonna pull them up here so that we'll have them pulled up individually so that you guys can see them here. Of course, they catch up the second I pop them out. Didn't have to pay for them though, as they were sweepstakes prizes. I was sent Rosetta. I mean, hey, 2 free boxes of Rosetta is still good though, right? Did you open anything noteworthy? Did you open anything worth it? Like, was there anything good at all? All right, let's do it. Let's take a look at Jim. You guys are seeing this with me for the first time. I've not seen the new update, so I'm hoping it looks pretty cool. Welcome to the new Jim dashboard. We've updated Jim with the new features to make managing your store and events easier. Explore the new dashboard layout, profile customizations, and more. Click below to read the full release notes. Blah, blah, blah. I might watch the walkthrough video later, but I'm more curious to see what it looks like right now so that we can get everything set up. I mean, CLV is a pretty expensive card. I liked it. It's like interesting. Like, it has all of the details up right here. Like, you're seeing everything a lot cleaner here so far. Man, it's crazy to me to think that I have played at 194 Flesh and Blood events. 49 of them are rated. That's crazy. God, I have over 2,000 lifetime XP. Somebody needs to help me. I have issues apparently. My elo is not as good as I'd like for it to be. I'm only ranked 742 in the world. I'd like for that to be a little bit better. It goes up and down, and it kind of bounces all over the place. But the real goal is to get to top 50 in the US so that I can get a Nats invite without having to worry about anything. I have already signed up for our local RTN. They've already got it put up here. Oh, dude, let's go. It's got all the things here. It tells you the date, the time, what format it is, the XP modifier, that it's rated, where it's at. This is cool. This is pretty cool. I'm kind of liking this, to be honest. This is pretty sweet. I don't know. This looks pretty clean. I like the like pictures and stuff here. Oh, let's go. It's got our armory here. Here's the battle harden. This looks kind of clean. I won't lie. I like how they have like the cards, like the card pictures and stuff like that on the events and like the joint event things right there. I don't know. That's kind of cool. I kind of like this, to be honest. This is pretty sweet. They should give you a Nats invite just for being a national treasure. Dude, I appreciate that. I wish it worked that way, brother. I wish it worked that way. 128 events and 19 rated. Oh, nice, dude. Waiting to see if the Marvel is one in so many decks or something else. Wait. What? Dude, that would be really cool if there was a special Jarl. That would be really sweet. I would really like to see a special Jarl in the new deck. That would be really cool to see. All right, so the gym update looks pretty cool. I won't lie. I like the new pictures and the way it's laid out. It does look pretty sweet. This is our Jarl list I'm going to be trying tonight. Again, we're kind of just seeing what happens. The focus of tonight's deck is to be trying to play Channel Mount Heroic as much as possible to get value out of it, so that we can just try to get as much value as possible out of our deck and really see what we're doing here. But, oh, excuse me. God. I don't know how I feel about this. This is not something that I've tried, but I've had a couple of people tell me that it's something that we should consider. So I don't know. Hopefully it goes pretty well tonight. Really wish my headphones weren't all over the place right now. But hopefully it goes pretty well tonight. I think this would be a cool idea to use CMH like this. Throwing Command and Conquer for 9 would be pretty sweet. I do like the idea of Earthform in the deck. We are on blues and reds because the blues pitch to CMH. Felling in the Crown's just a very good card in general. Root by Carapace to work with the Decompose aspect. And then we are on Sigil of Earth, Summer's Fall, Fruits of the Forest, and Autumn's Touch. They're just good. I mean, they're just good Earth cards, and I like having them in the deck. Also, we have Crumble to Eternity to pitch if we'd like to be able to keep it in play for longer. We're not on as much ice stuff, you'll notice. Like, there's not a ton of ice in the deck right now, so we're not really leaning into, like, Jarl's effect and things like that. We're more focused on the earth aspect of the deck and trying to make that work, although there are some cards in here. Winter's Grasp is just a blue 3 block that we can also get value with late if we need to. Frozen to Death lets us destroy something, and I do really like that idea. I did keep Glacial Footsteps in the deck because it is something we can pitch stack and set up a late game kill with. And then in the sideboard, I am running Enlightened Strike for Go again, which I think is a pretty good part of the deck. It also works pretty well with CMH when we need it. Sink Below feels really good. It's just like another good defense reaction we have. Hypothermia feels really good. I've enjoyed Hypothermia more than I've enjoyed Blizzard so far, to be honest. So I'm really going to be on the Hypothermia plan. We are running Barkskin, Heart of Ice, Null Rune Boats, and Null Rune Hood. We have AB3, and I like the Barkskin. And if there's any matchups where I don't want Tunic, I can bring in Titan's Fist and I can bring in Stalagmite here, along with Barkskin to try and really line this up and make this work so that we can get, really make this work here. I've seen more Jarls play around with Sigil of Earth. Excited to see how it works. I would like to see how it works, to be honest. I'm curious to see how it all feels tonight. Yo, Trent, what's up, dude? Kit, I'm going to be honest, I have not been impressed with Plow Under so far, if I'm just being real. I don't know. Plow Under has been fine, but it was red Earthform or Plow Under, and I think I would rather be on Earthform. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but maybe I'm just supposed to be on Plow Under, but I really like the idea of Earthform and being able to have it set up that way. Maybe as we go through the night, we might be missing Plow Under, and if that's the case, we can always add it to the deck. But I'm really just curious to see how the deck plays tonight and what it feels like. Also, Jarl drops on Friday. I would love to play Jarl on Friday, but I got family in town, so I'm probably not going to be playing at our local armory on Friday, but I would like to play Jarl when he comes out. So Earthform has been really good. Earthform has been really good, kid. I actually have really enjoyed playing red Earthform. That card has felt insane lately. That card has been absolutely nuts. You need a full playset of Rise Above? I don't even know what Rise Above does. Hang on, I'm going to have to look that one up. I'm not sure what that one is, Rick. Hang on one second. Rise Above? Pay 2. You may put a card from your hand on top of your deck rather than pay Rise Above's cost. We need a playset of Rise Above, huh? So we're looking to play a generic defense reaction for 4. That says we have to put a card from our hand on top of our deck. I don't know about that one, brother. I don't know about that one. I think you might be lost in the sauce a little bit there on that one. Could be. Plowlander has felt mid for me. Oh, he said it's a joke. Okay, gotcha. That's funny. Okay, that's even funnier. Plowlander feels mid. Yeah, it's still very mid to me too. Oh, yeah, let's go. It's Matt. Matagon, good luck, brother. But yeah, no, Plowlander has felt very mid to me as well. It's Rise Above better than Golden Sun, and Golden Sun's better than Clash. Ah, man, Rise Above better than Golden Sun, huh? Man, we're really in the sauce tonight. Plowlander is broken. I think that Plowlander is a very good card in Florian. I don't like it in this deck specifically. How should we board into Matt? Tunic and Sledge is probably the way to go, right? Or do we want to use Stalagmite to like really try and get value here over the course of the game? I don't know. That's a great question. We probably also want Sink Belows in this matchup. Sink Belows are probably looking pretty good. And then honestly, we're on 34 blues. That's the other thing I changed, was we're only on 34 blues tonight, but I think that's okay. And I think we're just gonna play Tunic and Sledge and see how it feels. Oh, you're saying you can use Rise Above to put Golden Sun on top and then Clash? Oh, that's actually broken. I love that. That's actually pretty cool. That's actually a really cool line of play. That's actually a really cool line of play. I actually really like that. I won't lie, I really like that idea. I mean, I guess we'll just take this one here. They're probably just going to throw both the daggers at us, but I think I'm still just going to block here. Block with Sigil of Earth, and then if I need to, I can pitch both my cards to Pulse here. And then we can keep the CMH here. This feels like this could be okay. We did only get 1 Earth card into the bin, which is kind of sad, but that's okay. Let's see here. So it's CMH into Sledge. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I really like the idea of being able to just like stack the top of the deck with Golden Sun. That is pretty cool. It's also good because you can arsenal the Rise Above. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't think it's like the best play in the world or anything, but it is cool. I think we'll just take this and see what happens here. We do have the Rootbound Carapace to be able to put this into our graveyard if we need to. We probably don't need to defend with equipment, right? This is probably fine. If possible, I would like to be able to throw the Mangle here, which would be pretty good. Path Well Traveled is going to get a card out of our hand. So Mask is Banish Imposing Visage, I think. An action card. Yeah, I mean, we're going to give them an action card here no matter what, unfortunately. And then we're going to play the Rootbound Carapace. Get to pick all the modes here. I guess we're just going to take 5. Play Crumble, target the Mask here. Just a bit too specific and jank. I mean, yeah, no, that makes sense. I mean, I really don't want to give him another card off the top of my deck, but Oh, that's right. They get to banish that. God, that's insane. I mean, it's also like kind of setting us up for what we want, though, right? We're gonna target the mask, and then we're just gonna arsenal this and pass. This would be insane if we have the ability to keep Autumn's Touch. If we can block with a Sink Below and just come in for 11 dominate, this would be really good. This could actually be a solid play. Using the Mangle here and the Crumble to Eternity to really set up what we're trying to accomplish here. But I guess it just kind of depends. I don't like them getting rid of this is weird because it's good for us, but it's like not at the same time. I don't know how to explain that. I hope that makes sense to everybody because like they're fueling our Decompose game plan, but at the same time, like we need other things. So this and Adjusted Nick is what 4, 9. I mean, I'm not gonna be able to stop Adjusted Nick here. If it's a Rousing Wave and a +3, it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and I can stop that. I think we're gonna block like this. Okay. I mean, this actually kind of works out for us if they don't have anything else to do here. We're not going to bottom anything. Just depends on what they follow up with, right? Codex of Frailty. Okay. They get a Persuasive Prognosis. Yeah, I really don't want to let them banish a card from... I would rather them have another Quicken token than I would let them have a card here. Yeah, no, if they had the Adjusted Nick, there wasn't much we could do, right? Like, it would have been pretty bad for us. We get to play CMH, and then we get to use Tunic, and then because of this, because of the Frailty, it's going to be 10 Dominate. But we should be able to get the Mask here. With the Crush effect, we should be able to do it all here. I think this is exactly what we want. The only downfall would be if they have a Sink Below here, or a Fate Foreseen in Arsenal, and if Matt does, then, you know, it's a good draw. But we're getting to take off his mask, which is good for multiple reasons. And we are trying to set up here. Command and Conquer for 9 is looking pretty solid. Are we really looking to use this for anything else, or do I just want to go ahead and block this here? I feel like blocking this is fine. We definitely have a way to turn on the Decompose. Well, yeah, no, we're still good no matter how they do it here. We're still good. We're still good. Yo, Bing005, let's go. Thank you for the sub on YouTube, brother. Appreciate you being here and hanging out with us. Guys, by the way, if you're new to the channel, you're here for the first time, or even if you've been here for a while and you've not heard these questions, I got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new to the channel, guys. What's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. I would love to get to know you guys. I do think we're going to decompose here. We might as well just go ahead and block 4 to block 4, because then we can go Command and Conquer for 9 and then Arsenal the Earth Form here, and really threaten them with some good value here. We will decompose. We might as well. 2 Earth cards, and then they got our action card, and so now we're just going to have an Earth card if we draw a Failing or something. Any specific reason why you're running Sledge over the Polearm? Hey, Dalton, what's up, man? I am doing well, brother. I hope you're doing well as well. And yeah, I am on, I'm on Sledge because I think we're getting more value with Tunic this way. And there's a couple 4-for-8s in the deck. Well, that feels bad. There's quite a few 4-for-8s in the deck. Wait, what do they get? Levels of Enlightenment? Why did I not have to pick a card? What's happening? They played Codex and I did not have to pick a card. Did like Talishar just like completely freeze there? That was weird. That was really weird. I don't know what just happened. But anyway, I think we get more value with Sledge than we do actually using the than I think we get by actually using the new weapon. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that big a fan of Summit so far. It's felt kind of mid. Oh, there's no attacks in my graveyard. That does make sense. I'm gonna be honest, this never happened before. That does not come up very regularly. But yeah, anyway, yeah, I think we're getting more value with Sledge than we are with the new one. I just don't think the new one's that good, if I'm being honest. It just feels kind of mid to me. So with draw card, we can block Oakenold Winter's Grasp, throw Earthform, and Arsenal the Oakenold here. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like this game is definitely not going like how I would hoped, but it's not been that bad so far. Could have been worse. We've managed to get rid of all three pieces of equipment, or three of the pieces of equipment that we want to get early on. And we're applying a decent amount of pressure. Now it's kind of weird because it's kind of weird at this point because Matt has had some good disruption, but like nothing really crazy. So I don't know, like nothing that has like really stood out so far, if I'm being honest. I think I'm just going to play Sink Below here and just put the Oakenold on the bottom. I don't really want to have this in my hand. We already have one in Arsenal, and so having another one's not great. I think we'll just take this and go to 20. And then I do like the idea of being able to throw Mangle here. It does not get the effect we want, but... Oh, I've got good news and bad news. All right, let's go. What's the good news? Let's hit the good news first. I like my dessert first. I like my dessert first. Sounds kind of weird when you say it like that, but you guys know what I mean. Officially made it a year, but can't get the freaking celebration chat. Why is it not popping up, dude? That's annoying. That's obnoxious, dude. I'm sorry it's not popping up, Trent. I know that YouTube's weird sometimes. Like Twitch is way better about like those like letting you share those things every month. Like YouTube is weird. Carly and I have talked about this multiple times. And that like sometimes it just is off. Hey, Ben, what's up, dude? How are you, brother? Ben's sitting over here because he walled with me in fantasy because his kicker like just like popped off, king. I kind of want to take 5 here. I don't know, like it's weird because the pummel is good. But, like, what are the odds that we find an ice card, right? We could play the Sink Below here, put the pummel on the bottom, and try to fuse. I could also just play to the value of, like, trying to... I think we're going to sink here. We have protection from Crown, so there's no reason not to. Wow, putting that on the bottom feels bad after drawing the Command & Conquer. Lol. And by lol, I mean cry myself to sleep at night. I guess we're just going to put this to the bottom. We'll take 2 and lose the top card, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we draw something insane. Like a pummel? Oh my god. We're him. We're him. We're them. We're on top of it. We're crushing it. Making people cry. Why did the YouTube chat cut off again? Bro, I swear to God. All right, we're gonna leave the chats popped out tonight because I don't know what's going on with everything. Like OBS is being really weird tonight, so I'm just gonna be trying to check these regularly, I guess. The pitch stack is real, yeah, the pitch stack, because clearly I've pitch stacked this. Clearly I've pitch stacked this. Dude, we are in 2040 with these draws. If I'm getting this lucky all night, dude, we are on a roller coaster that only goes up, my friend. A roller coaster that only goes up. Out here yarling our sledge, dude. I don't even know what that means. Hope it's not a euphemism, but yes. Friends from Netrunner. Aussie slang for ketchup. Mustard sauerkraut. Love the positivity you're sharing. Also, Guardian Stand. Well, dude. Bing, thanks for being here, man. I'm glad you're hanging out with us. I'm happy to have you, brother. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate the kind words and glad to have you here, man. Glad to have you here. Yo, let's go, Trent, with the 1 bit every single stream, dude. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. I love it, man. Thank you, Trent. Appreciate it, brother. We're going to go Visage and then Earthform because we put the Pummel on the bottom last turn. Yo, a pause. I mean, all right, so hear me out. What if we go Sigil of Earth, Crumble to Eternity, discard this for 2 life, Arsenal the Frozen to death, and try to get the Tunic? It feels a little unnecessary to try and get the Tunic because we don't really need to, right? I don't know. I got your sledge right here, chat. Oh, man. I don't know. This is a weird turn. Like, I would really like to be able to play this card this turn. What if we went Sigil of Earth, Frozen to death to give a Frostbite, no Fuse? Are we supposed to just throw Sledge here and just try to get value? Like, is there any world? I mean, I think the most efficient play with my hand that I came up with is Sigil, play Crumble to Eternity, discard this to gain 2 life, and then Arsenal this. But then we're also, like, leaving this in our arsenal here. I mean, I guess we could just let this go, right? We could just play Sigil of Earth, throw the Sledge, and discard 2 life. That might be the better play here. Like, the Tunic is what the Tunic is, right? I don't know that we need to be worried about it. Wait, what happened? Why am I king? What made you go Sledge over Summit? I'm going to be honest, I haven't really enjoyed Summit. I tried playing it the other night and it just felt like super mediocre to me. So I don't know, like I'm on the Sledge train right now, to be honest. We are out here on the Sledge train. Unfortunately, this says at the beginning of your action phase. All right. So unfortunately, we do not have the ability to go CMH into 8. We could go CMH into 6 here and then Arsenal this. Or, I don't know. I think we're going to let this hit. I'm worried they have a Siren's Call, if you want the truth. We've only seen one come out of the deck so far, and a Siren's Call could be pretty bad for us. Ooh, activate new, huh? I mean, you don't have any attacks. There's not many blue attacks, to be honest. Like, Trent out here calling me out because I'm a coward, apparently. I mean, I'm not saying you're wrong, but you ain't gotta say it like that, you know what I mean? Dude, Trent's just out here bullying me, bro. I mean, I was like, I would play Sigil and then play Crumble. Oh no, just kidding. Ooh, Command and Conquer. I kind of like the idea of going for the Glacial Dominate line. You could also talk me into blocking 3 here. Like if we block with the Autumn's Touch, and then we get to go CMH, pitch Sigil, and then Tunic Sledge to throw 6. Seems like a good line, but the Glacial Footsteps is a very good way to like close out the game here. So I guess it kind of depends on how, like, if we want to Arsenal. Let's Arsenal something better than Footsteps, right? Like, I think we're supposed to Arsenal something better than Footsteps, if I'm just being honest. So we are going to make an embodiment. We're going to pitch this to play the CMH. And we're going to come in with Sledge, and we're going to be able to... We're attacking for 6 here in a game that's pretty close. Eradicate. Ooh, that's a spicy meatball. I like block 3, Tunic, Swedge Sling, Arsenal CMH. Ooh, you like Arsenaling CMH, huh? Ooh. Block 6, so block out everything, and then Arsenal the CMH? Okay, I mean, you could talk me into that and like save it for a better turn, I guess. Or I guess a turn that we know we're going to get more value out of. I mean, although to be fair, like this is exactly why we wanted it, right? Like this is what we wanted this for, because we're just going to block 6 here. We're definitely blocking with the Visage. Oh, we're good. We're in there like swimwear, bro. Too bad you're him. Hashtag never punished. I guess we just get to put this on the bottom, right? It doesn't really matter. I kind of wish we could overpitch here to keep this in play, but We will decompose. This is for 11, dude. This is crazy. We'll go ahead and get rid of this, and then I guess we'll get rid of the command and conquer. So this is for 11. Put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. I mean, yeah. Trent said, how do you sleep at night? I can call you all I want. You're out here bullying a Rhinar Rock deck with a meta contender. Bro, I'm telling you, you almost beat me the other night, dude. I thought you were going to beat me last night when we were playing that game. Like, literally before the game was over, I don't know if you saw it, Trent. I said if we lose to this, I'm going to delete the YouTube channel. And then I immediately responded and was like, I'm not doing that. I lied. I'm not doing that. And then somebody before, right when it looked like you were winning, somebody in the chat said, so this is how you lose the YouTube channel, huh? Like, I laughed so hard, dude. Made me laugh so hard. I just couldn't help it, dude. Killing me out here. So technically we have access to 35 cards and they have access to 30. We could very easily block 4 and then throw Sledge. I could also just lose the top card, throw Cranial Crush and Arsenal the Mangle, knowing that Tunic is coming up on the following turn, and I think that's a better play. Yeah, like the Summer's Fall doesn't really matter, right? Like that's just fine. Yeah, I think this is a very good line here. Hey, why? What's up, dude? Beggars and choosers and all that. That's right, Trent. That's right. We get 3 cards here. This is exactly the kind of stuff we want. And we're going to Arsenal the Mangle. I mean, I kind of like block with Frozen to death and then throw Spinal with the Tunic up. They haven't seen another Pummel yet. And it's very reasonable to think that we Arsenaled a Pummel. Like, it is very, very reasonable to think that. So, I mean, I kind of like this line, to be honest. This feels pretty good here. Now, there's no guarantee that we win this game, but things feel like they're going pretty well for us right now. A blue card. Block Earth Form. Throw Spinal Crush. I kind of like just the back-to-back Spinal Crushes here. Got rejected in 2 separate job interviews, so I guess nothing much going on. Dude, I'm sorry, man. I hate to hear that, brother. I hate to hear that. I know that there's a couple people who've been struggling with some jobs and stuff like that. I hate to hear that that's happening to you guys. I feel like this is double just a Nick. So if I block 5 and they have double just a Nick, it goes to 6 and then to 11. And if I'm blocking 5, I take 6 and go to 3. Hey, what's up, Annabelle? How are you? Yeah, I think we're gonna do this. I think that this is double just a Nick. Okay, grain that tips the scale. Getting the pulse kind of sucks. And I get to go back to 8? Sheesh. We will decompose. We have no cards in hand. We're going to go Rootbound Carapace, Sigil, and then it's going to be Imposing Visage. I want to keep the fruits in the deck for later, right? Like, I think that keeping the fruits in the deck for later in the game to be able to gain life later is probably better, right? Is kind of what I'm thinking there, Brando. I don't know, though, for sure. Y'all beating New is not on my 2024 bingo card. I am not, like, dude, like, there's no guarantee I'm winning this game right now, fam. No guarantee I'm winning this game right now. I like this because they have not seen Pummel here. I'm letting them get too much value. Dude, I know. We're trying not to let them get too much value, but it's, you know, beggars and choosers, Trent. Beggars and choosers. I know this is crazy, but I'm just going to play the Pummel. Like, I'm just going to play out the turn here and just try to get him here. Hiding in bed? I'm sorry to hear that you're hiding in bed, Annabelle. I hate that. I really do. I am very sorry to hear that that's what's going on. I know you've been struggling with some stuff lately, and I hope it gets better for you. The stack is here. Hopefully I stacked well. I'm going to be honest, I haven't been counting. All right, this is what we need. Block 5, and then it's 9 dominate. That's not what I wanted. The stack was better than I thought it was going to be. Better than I thought it was going to be. Did we shuffle at all? I don't think so. I think I set that up. Yeah, no, the seasonal big sad is real. I actually really agree, especially for a lot of people, dude. That is a very, very real thing. Yo, did I just get got by my own pulse? That's a big sag. I just got by my own pulse. We're going to go to 4. I mean, we're probably just supposed to block with Earth Form and throw 8. I wanted to fuse this here. Yeah, never mind, new goated. Dude, yeah, this has been really good. Block here and then just throw 8. I'm just praying that I don't die to a new activation at this point. This has been crazy. I didn't want to let him banish more cards off the top of the deck, but there was a real consideration to taking 2 there. That was a real consideration. Wait, hang on. Am I supposed to block this? I want to see what Matt says. I mean, Matt did like kind of like flash me the new activation here, so I don't want him to like feel like slighted or anything like that. And if he is, then I won't block, but I would like to block here. With there being multiple chi in his deck, I would like to block if I can. I don't know what he means in what way. Like, I don't know what he means. The only other way that I could block here. We're probably supposed to block with Tunic, right? And then I can try to keep 2 cards and throw Sledge. Block 5, go to 1, throw Sledge. Yeah, if I don't block Misplate there, I think I'm like actually just dead. I mean, we might just be dead anyway. I don't know. Like, it really depends. The turn where he got a lot of cards was bad for me. I wish I would have been able to use Tunic last turn cleanly, but... Man, we almost got there too. I don't know that there was a winning line for us. And if somebody knows what it was, please let me know. I mean, I guess the game's technically not over yet, but man, does it feel like it's over. Because, I mean, we need to be able to throw one attack here, but... The channel turn? You think I should have kept Tunic over a card? If I give up a card, we're forced to give up 2 cards doesn't keep us alive, right? So, like, we... I mean, yeah. We almost got there. I'm not gonna lie. So we needed one more attack. They have all instants. It's 2 instants and 2 cheese in their deck. And now we're just gonna draw our 1 card and lose. Yep, and we're just gonna take it here. Man, we almost got there. I'm gonna be honest. The fact that we almost won that game is like kind of impressive there. If I'm being honest, because I did not think we were gonna get close. Matt played that really well all the way down to the end, and we just ended up losing there. Because man, I feel like we were in a pretty good position for a while. Somebody said that I lost because of the channel turn. I'm gonna need you to explain because I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean the 8s killed me for sure, but I like the turn where the Matt got a lot of value was the turn that I was like kind of like that somebody said I should probably just take 2. And I guess it's less cards and less life if that happens, but the Justinic gets like a card there too. I don't know. I don't know. Like, we were doing really well, and it just kind of fell apart at the end. Like, and I think that's just, like, playing against New in general. Like, I think kind of what we saw there is what makes New such a tough matchup. We did go second, loss, close game to the end. Got fatigued by Dagger and Chi late game. I mean, I don't know how we're supposed to win that game. Like, I keep playing back the turns in my head that we played, and I don't know how we win that one. The channel turn should have arsenaled, like the one person said, before you swung hammer for 6 off Tunic. So you're saying that we shouldn't have blocked. We should have blocked 6 instead of blocking 3, and then swung the hammer and arsenaled, and then we should have played. So we would have blocked less on the next turn, which I think was more relevant because I think they threw something that was like an on-hit effect at me that we needed to block, if I remember correctly. Keep back on the buff. Would have been able to throw it for sure in hindsight since you had the extra blue you bought him from Felling. Oh, that's right. I did have the extra card because we ended up being able to block the Leave No Witnesses for 4 because of the Imposing Visage. So we ended up blocking for 4. So that would have been 3 extra life, which means we would have been able to swing Sledge 1 extra time, which would have won us the game. Yeah, so that was the difference. Wow. It's crazy to me that not playing it out there was the difference between winning and losing. Huh. It's a good note to have, though. It's a good thing to keep in mind, though. Put in the back of the head there. Dominating Glacial was game. They were at like 5, right? With a card in Arsenal and Tunic up at that point? I don't think so. I don't know. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. Yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely like hindsight's 2020, but no, I'm glad that you guys are pointing that out to me because like I 100% like to see why I lost the game. Like when I asked that, it's never like a trick question. I like to know how I lost the game. Helps me like figure out how to move forward and better things to do. We want E-Strike and Sync Billows in this matchup. We do not actually. Do we want E-Strikes in this matchup, or are we just playing such a mid-rangey game that we don't care? I think we might be on such a mid-rangey plan that we don't even want those. We're just going to play 63 because I don't even know what we'd cut. We're on 34 blues, so the consideration of cutting blues is not really there. I think I misplayed early too. I mean, that's fair. The game was closer than I thought it was going to be. I don't think dominating Glacial was the win though. I don't think it was, Nathaniel. I could be wrong, but I don't think it was. Yo, I said good luck. I was sideboarding. All right, dude. God, I hate when people do that. Okay. So it's just a different Victor? All right. I think we're just going to play 63. I don't really want them to leave or anything like that. So Sledge, Tunic, Crown of Providence, Gauntlets, and Civic Steps all seem pretty standard here. We're just going to come in with Sledge for 6 here. Just take cards out of their hand. Yo, is that Miller's Grindstone? Pause. Yo. Who has the zinc? I have the zinc below on top. Jesus Christ, bro! What a thing to start the night off, dude. That was crazy. Oh, yeah, but the bonds of attraction, we're gonna gain them life. Okay, yeah. So, yeah, we knew the reactions were in his deck, Nathaniel. We did know they were in his deck at that point in time, 100%. Yo, this hand's crazy. Crazy bad. Yo, pause. I keep trying to sound like a kid and I just can't do it. Yo, Josh, what's up, dude? I feel like I missed a message somewhere. Hey, Doug, what's up, man? It's going well, brother. I like Jarl, but I don't think he's that good, man. He's felt kind of so far. He's felt kind of so far. So we're going to lead on the Sink Below from hand, and we're going to put the Earth form on the bottom. Yeah, we drew the blue. We're going to play this. We're going to block 7. We're going to throw Command and Conquer. Not throwing it with a pummel does feel kind of bad, but we're going to arsenal another Sink Below. Yo-ho-ho. That Tesla strength we knew about. My guy, chill. All right, we'll have an Earth card here, but no action cards. Yeah, they are on Miller's Grindstone. This is pretty spicy. Also, what's up, Brad? How are you, brother? Yo, get wrecked. God, we play so many non-attacks, and we have won a clash and tied a round so far, dude. Is this what people feel like when they play against me and I'm playing Victor? Is this what it's like? I have the power. Anyway, don't mind me. Other than that, how was the play, Mrs. Lincoln? Is there a world we block Cranial Crush and Earth Form? Pitch Cranial Crush and block Cranial Crush and Earth Form, throw Sledge. I mean, because I guess we could just sink here, right? I guess. Guess we'll put this on the bottom. I don't like that. That's not the draws we were looking for. It's not very cash money of them. We'll do it like this. We'll just swing the Sledge here. Yeah, hopefully we don't visit Daddy's money this game. Hopefully that's not the case. Hunter is going to give us a visit the Eisen's Peak, and the deck is going to crack open. Dude, now see, Christian's got it, man. Christian's got it, dude. I'm here for that, brother. I'm here for that. We'll go like that. Arsenal this. Did not draw a pummel. Big Sag. Big Sag indeed. Yo, what's up, Holden? Grindstone players are secretly just the ones who never get to swing rock. I mean, yeah. This feels like a very good opportunity to block with the Civic Steps. And we'll take 3. Feels okay here. It's like an E-strike. I cry myself to sleep. You know, did my AirPods just disconnect? Hang on, let's see. Why is it so loud? All right, well, that's still working. Yeah, so. I mean, we can just block Crumble to Eternity and Spinal Crush and then pitch both of these to swing the Sledge. Seems fine. Yeah, it is crazy to think that I have a higher chance of winning clashes when I'm not playing Victor, right? It is actually crazy. And yet somehow true. I have won a clash tonight. And the wild part is like there's so many non-attacks in my deck. Like the probability of like me doing that is like very, very low, I feel like. Like we're not supposed to win clashes, right? We're not supposed to win clashes with this deck. We're gonna go Crumble and then Command and Conquer. Uh-oh. It's too bad. There's no might tokens there for you, big fella. Macho Grande. So we can block Glacial and Civic Steps, and then on the next one we can block Summer's Fall, or on the hammer. No, actually we can block Glacial Footsteps, Civic Steps, Summer's Fall, 3, 4, 5, 6, take 1, and then we can sink below the hammer, and then we can pitch Fruits and Tunic to swing Sledge. Seems like a decent play here. That's right. Dude, I love that song. I do really like that song, Trent. I'm the only one alive. I know Caitlin was making the comment the other day that, like, you know, he's noticed that my taste in music is really just like dubstep, and to be honest, a lot of it is. Yeah, you can't throw that one at me, brother. You're gonna have to Arsenal that one. I'm surprised you're Arsenaling it there without a crown or something to filter it. Like, blue Macho Grande is not a good Arsenal target early in the game. Simon doomed himself. He told me to bring my A game on Thursday. What are you guys gonna play on Thursday? Are you guys playing something on Thursday, Josh? Saw your feeling on top when I triggered new when my mask was destroyed. Oh yeah. No blocks. Huh. We're gonna go to 31 and see what they do. So block Imposing Visage, pitch Pulse to activate Gauntlets, and then swing the Mangle. It'll come in for 10 Dominate, which will be a card and 2 pieces of equipment, which is actually insane. This is actually really good for us, and them running Crown of Dominion really matters here. It doesn't matter. It's still 2 pieces of equipment and a card. Like, they have to give us the shield here. Like, I guess they don't have to, but we're getting the gauntlets no matter what. Like, we're getting what we want from this. So this feels okay. They do win the clash. All right, so they're starting to see some more clash luck here. And we put them down to 25. We're going to go Fruits, then Pulse here. We do have a Crumble to Eternity here with the Okanold. Them having a pummel here would be extremely unfortunate. So we're going to go Winter's Grasp, and this, we're going to tuck the Command and Conquer to the bottom, which is fine. And we draw into the Autumn's Touch, which I'm happy to discard when they pummel us. Yo, they didn't have it. Okay. I mean, sure, dude. So... Yeah, I mean, we're just going to come in for 9 dominate here. That's right. Getting what we want with the Mangle anyway. Absolutely. Doing his anniversary celebration and told me he was 100% allowed. Oh, that you were allowed to talk shit all stream? I mean, I agree. That's a mistake. That's a mistake. Now, to be fair, Josh, I'm going to be honest. I don't think I've ever had a stream or seen you when you've asked to talk shit. Has that been a thing that I've missed? Are you asking this whole time secretly and I've just not been there for it? Oh, man. Classic. Yo, those are some good Might tokens. Those are some good Might tokens. Block Earthform and Crumble. Actually, that's incorrect. Are we supposed to block double blue Earthform here? Probably. Keep the Crumble in our deck. Just get the double glove effect / mangle and immediately draw the fused Oakenolls. I mean, dude, we were drawing really well last game too, but I punted at the end, so we're going to try and pull this one together here a little bit. Also, does anybody remember if I went first or second last game? Does anybody remember if I went first or second against New last game? If you guys do, I would appreciate it because... Or I'm sorry, not last game, this game. Did I go first or second this game? He challenged me, so he brought it on himself. I mean, it does sound like Simon asked for a little bit here. Not answering is consenting to the harassment? Oh, I see. I see. So by me not answering, I'm consenting to you all harassing me? Honestly, math checks out. Math checks out. Is he about to, like, pummel this? Because if he does... Like, are we supposed to block this? Block Winter's Grasp, and if he does, discard Sigil, and then swing Sledge with Cranial Crush? And if not, we throw the Spinal Crush? Yeah, okay. So we're going to take 13, fall to 13. We discard the Sigil, and now our turn is just going to be swing the Hammer here. I feel like Sledge is going to get way more value over the course of the game than the Miller's Grindstone is. I don't know. When did James White challenge Michael Hamilton? Not that I'm surprised, but still. I feel like you comparing yourself to Michael Hamilton is you being asleep at the wheel. Josh. Listen, I'm here for it, brother, but like, dang. Come on now. Come on now. This is actually cracked. Although, I guess it depends on what they throw at us. Because I really need to be able to play this. Ooh, that's bad for me. What do they have in their hand? Command and Conquer? So, like, the worst of the worst here? I mean, this has been a really bad tempo swing for me. This has been a tough swing here late in the game. We were in a really good spot, and we were drawing pretty well for a minute, but, like, it's kind of just fallen apart here. I mean, they had, what, 6 Might tokens, so... Oh, really? That's actually crazy. I did not know that. So... I do not like the idea of taking 9 and going to 2, but, like, it's that, or we're going to block 11 and take 4, go to 7. I mean, I don't really like either line here, if I'm being honest, but... Miller's Grindstone is still so interesting. I'm so perplexed by that. They're like, I see like multiple people do that, and I just don't understand why. Like, I don't really know like what you like about... I don't know what people like about running Grindstone in the mirror, or like in the Guardian mirror. It seems wrong to me, but who knows? Yeah, dude, the Goldman Estate's been insane this game. Okay. So we're not dead. We are going to decompose here. We're going to go Rootbound Carapace and Sigil of Earth and a Mangle. And we're going to take 6, go to 1. We're going to discard the Earth form. We're going to use Tunic to come in and swing Sledge here. Winning with the Thunk is, I mean, I'm going to be honest, I don't feel like we get to be too surprised about that just because of like how that like lines up. There's so many non-attack actions in our deck that like I really don't think we get to be terribly surprised. Cracking gold is interesting. You have me at 1. I don't know. I mean, I guess there's 6 golds in play. I've been there. I've cracked golds like this in this situation. Imagine if he lunging pressed there, dude. I swear to God, bro. You all in the lunging press thing, dude. Oh man. So we finally drew a go again card. So it's gonna be what, 6 go again. So it is block 6 like this, and then okay. That, I mean, doesn't really matter. I don't really know. I guess he's playing around the sink below, I guess was his thought process there. I don't know. That was an unfortunate game because we never really had an opportunity to set up a CMH. There was a Command and Conquer and a Spinal Crush on both of the turns that we drew them. So we never really had the option to try and play one. So I don't really feel like we got to see what the deck was like, what we're trying to do tonight. We never really got to experience that game, and that just felt a little unfortunate. We played against Victor. I think we went, no, he made us go first. We did lose. Gold, main, estate, and CNC. Oh, I'm sorry, it was Spinal Crush. And Spinal Crush forced, I can't type, forced blocks, and we couldn't recover. All right, so we did not do well that game. Hey, what's up, Val? Played Tech Load and Armory, didn't lose all my games. You could say I'm the best Fab player in the world. I'm here for it, dude. I'm here for it. Victor's definitely better than Jarl, 100%. 100% Victor's better than Jarl. I would have told you that before tonight. I definitely think Victor's the best Guardian right now, still. I mean, Goldbane Estate's insane, right? Especially like, so I'm really surprised that my opponent was running Trounces into me, because I'm a firm believer that running Trounces in the Guardian mirror is just incorrect. But maybe against Jarl, you just actually want to, because they're playing so many non-attacks and stuff, but I don't know. I didn't play Trounces even when I knew it was Fatigue Bravo back in the day, during that like 2 RTN seasons ago, though. This isn't the same deck, so we're not running Lunging Press anymore, Brad. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the Visit Goldmane Estate in like the slow matchups is insane. It's even insane in like some of the matchups where you have to have that extra power. Like, I think it's actually very good against Enigma. I think you need it to like try and win games and stuff like that against Enigma, but it is a very, very powerful card. All right. We're 0-2. We're going to bring it back. We're going to pull it back together, and we're going to get there. The best card that did nothing. So I have to say, I actually played, I think it was like 7 or 8 games with the Lunging Press deck, and I never got value out of it. Like, I never got to do the thing. I never, like, pushed over a Fused Oakenold. The one time I had an opportunity to was on a Fused Snow Under, or whatever, the one that creates a Frostbite. And they said no blocks anyway, so it did matter. I don't know. Want to get an easy win? No, I mean, listen, if you want to play a game, I'm down, but I don't just want to play against a bad deck to get an easy win. I mean, if you want to play and like test your deck, for sure, let's do it. But I'm not trying to get an easy win. I'm definitely like trying to learn the deck and figure out what we can actually do. 05 stream incoming, very plausible. It's very plausible, Josh. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh man, I have to. So I know that, like, dude, if y'all were here last night, in case you missed it, Potion of Strength is actually the truth in Aurora, dude. Like, there were multiple times when that card was putting in work last night. That card is a one of. I ended up cutting a blue Lightning Surge for my list, and the one of Potion of Strength is now my 9th blue, and that is what I'm going to be playing from now on. That's actually insane. Signed into the wrong account. It's all good, Annabelle. It's all good. Have Josh play Prism into you? Jesus Christ. No. I mean, listen, if Josh wants to play Prism into me and get a free win, he can. But, like, dude, come on now. Come on now. Did he just say Rock is bad? Did Trent just try to punish me by big hydrating after I said that the Rock deck was bad? I mean, dude. Listen, I stand by what I said. I stand by what I said. I stand by what I said. Well, I guess we're gonna big hydrate while we're waiting on our next game to come in. Big hydrate for Trent here. Good luck and have fun, opponent. All right, so against the Jarl Mirror, we want Sink Belows. We probably want E-Strikes, I guess. It's a good value target. The question is, what are we cutting? Because we don't want to run 66 cards, but all of it feels so good. Like, is cutting CMH in this matchup just, like, where we want to be? Nah, we want hands that, like, let us use the CMH, right? Yo! Oh, excuse me. Let's go. Ivan Krunik, let's go. Thank you for becoming a member of support on YouTube, man. Appreciate it. It means a whole lot, brother. It means a whole lot. I really appreciate that. You know what? 66. Fuck it, we ball. Fuck it, we ball. We're gonna run 62 cards. Cut nothing in Fat Deck? I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Ooh, they're on Tunic and Trunks, which means... Oh, and they're on Cornet Peak. It's a spicy meatball. It's a spicy meatball. They definitely should have swung Sledge at me, right? Am I supposed to crumble to put a counter on the gauntlets here? I kind of like it. We're gonna Arsenal Spinal Crush. Yo. Brother, ooh. Can they swing Sledge twice with 2 blues in hand? No. Can they E-Strike draw a card to Sledge again? No. Alright. We're doing it. We're doing it. My Teklo sideboard is 5 proto pieces for Fabricate, and that's it. That's an interesting sideboard. Listen, you could talk me into playing Redwood Hammer Jarl. No cap. On God, for real, for real. On God, for real, for real. We'll take 3. If they Command and Conquer me here, I'm gonna cry. And I did not mean that metaphorically. I was going to cry. It was not a metaphor. Literally cry. Do it on Tunic and let them be Resource Star for the entire game once it's destroyed. I mean, so I'm always going back and forth between the Gauntlets and Tunic and which one I think is better to actually hit early on in the game with a Crumble to Eternity, because I really don't know which one's better. Like, I really struggle with which one I should be hitting because I honestly have no idea. Yeah, we're just going to go and give up Crown. Even if they don't have it, we're still just going to do it. Yikeroonies, big dog. Yikeroonies. Let's discard the Sigil. And then we're going to pitch Oakenold Cranial Crush to throw the hammer, and we're going to Arsenal CMH. I have learned from my mistakes. Some of you may die. That's a sacrifice I'm willing to make. I love Shrek, bro. Yo, we can talk about this. We can talk about this. Wait, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Oh no, this is bad. Do we even have 2 Earth cards? We do. All right. So we're gonna play Rubon Carapace, discard Frozen to Death and Command and Conquer, and then throw Sledge. We will decompose. Yes, thank you. Yes, mini Borks, indeed. Yep. We'll discard D's. D's nuts. Ha! Got him. If you win an LL skirmish with Redwood Hammer, Trent will gift out 5 subs. Okay, so let's just clarify. If I win an LL skirmish on Redwood Hammer, that better be worth more than 5 subs, bro. Come on now. Come on now. Listen, if this was a serious amount of like subs or money or something like that, I would consider trying to do. I would do some nonsense like that. 6 Hank immediately counters with 6 subs, bro. Y'all are wild. Oh, I swear to God, dude. Let's block 6 and throw Earth Form. Yeah. I mean, we can't play the CMH here, right? So, like, there's no reason to, like, do anything crazy. And coming in for 7 gives us a real opportunity to try and get an Earth Form token here. What if I... This hand's cracked, right? We're just going to say no blocks, and if they pummel us, we're going to discard the Earth Form here. Yeah, I think this is actually insane. I guess I'm supposed to block with the Civic Steps. All right, we're coming in for 11 and trying to force a value here. Yo, what's Trent doing? I mean, dude, I'm just saying, like, if we're going to talk about me going to my only skirmish and, like, almost basically throwing to try and get a win on Redwood Hammer anything in LL, like, like, what am I even playing in LL that I can even do that with? Is there even anything in LL I can do that with, bro? Like... I don't even know if there's anything. Give the man your money? Listen at Trent out here. Starvo, Redwood Hammer, and LL. You have my attention. You have my attention. Unfortunately, I can't block and throw this because of the... Oh, wait, I can, right? Because I activate Tunic, pitch Cranial Crush, and then still have 3 floating, and then I get to throw Felling. Yeah, this works out. This works. I guess it is LL, so I guess it does. I guess I can play Redwood Hammer in Oldham or Starvo. That'd be pretty cool. I mean, listen, y'all. Like, I mean, my skirmish is not this weekend, but next weekend. So, like, we would have to cook up something next week, right? Count your blessings, Oldham, with Redwood Hammer. God, that sounds so toxic, dude. Thrive plus Starvo activation on Hammer? I mean, I'm not saying we're not going to do it, but y'all do have my attention. Okay, so 8 all. Is it better to Arsenal this? Nah, we'll just play it now. We'll just play it now. Hammering back and forth. Remember a game that we played on Talishar a while back? You were playing Florian and I was playing Enigma. The game came down right to the wire, and I just want to say thank you for a great game. Well, dude, Ivan, man, I appreciate you becoming a member on YouTube, dude. It means a lot, man. I'm glad we got to play a game, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I was like, I don't play a lot of Florian, so it doesn't stand out to me in my head. But dude, I'm glad we got to play a game, man. I enjoy Talishar games a lot. It's like really the way that I get to practice the most. So I appreciate the game, brother. It means a lot, and I appreciate the membership. It does seem far less toxic than Winter's Well. I will give you that. I will give you that. Okay, they're going to block for 7. We're going to Arsenal the Sink below. I really wish we had a pummel here to set this up and do something with. I kind of just want to block with the Summer's Fall and sink below the Command and Conquer. And we haven't seen a pummel. We could put Felling on the bottom here. Maybe I'm just supposed to... I don't know. This turn's interesting. Because I would like to throw the hammer, but I also want to get value out of my cards. And I don't really have the ability to get the value that I want here. I can't Arsenal this. I can't Arsenal something and play this from hand. So I could block 5 and then throw 8. God, I hate giving up a Command and Conquer, though. Interesting. Interesting that they went for the pummel play there. We are going to decompose here. Unless we're going to use the last Rubon Carapace for 4, this will probably be the last time we decompose. I do like that this gets a card out of their hand, and it comes in for 8. Now, to be fair, they can just block 2 cards and then swing Sledge. I was like, yo, there's no way they're going to 1 here. Like, there's no shot they're going to 1. And now they get to swing Sledge here if they'd like. Yep. And I'm actually going to block 6, and I'm going to swing Sledge and Arsenal that pummel here, and then we can try to go for the win with the pummel here in a turn or 2. Position is a lot better now, I agree. I agree. I mean, if I'd block 6, I'd still be at 1, but like I think we're in a lot better than we were. I think we're in a lot better spot than we were, and that is good for us. Guess how many defense reactions have we seen? 2 sink belows. All their pummels are gone, though, which is kind of nice. Ooh, they want to throw 9 at us. So I guess we'll block 8 like this, and then we can still just swing the hammer here. And they've seen a pummel now, so they know they're in the list. I mean, I guess to be fair, like I'm assuming they're thinking they're in the list, but still. Classic Guardian gameplay. I mean, this is very classic Guardian gameplay, to be honest, to like watch the hammers get swung back and forth. And I mean, to be fair, you need to like swing hammers back and forth and look for your window, which it looks like our opponent's trying to do very aggressively here. Block Autumn's Touch and the arm piece, throw Command and Conquer, and I can play the pummel, or I can Arsenal the CMH here. I actually really like this play because it gives us multiple options here. And now they're thinking about it. And now they're thinking about it. Which I really like. Because they're sitting here going, does he have it? I mean, I went to 1. I mean, we get the arsenal and the last card of their hand, so I think it's worth it to do this play, but... we just cannot fuse here, can we? This gets either 2 cards and both pieces of their equipment and they go to 1, or it gets every card. You gotta give me the arms, too. Yeah, I was like, or you gotta give me 3 cards here. Blocks EQ. Could you have pummeled there? I'm not sure where you're asking there. I don't know that it's obvious I have it here, Josh. I don't know. I try not to count my chickens before they've hatched or whatever the saying is, but... We will not decompose. There's no reason to. 7 or 6 here? I feel like it's better to throw 7. And I say that because we do have both copies of Oakenold still in the deck. I mean, it would have been one like they would be essentially at 4, I think, right now, because they would have blocked here differently. So I don't know that it would be any different here. This actually really works out for us because I get to block Mangle and the Sink Below here. And then throw Spinal Crush at them. And then Tunic's 1 turn away, so again, they have to give up 3 cards from hand, or they have to give up 2 cards and both pieces of equipment to go to 1. Yeah, okay. Getting machos like that is awesome. Unfortunately, we did not find a way to punish them. It's a big Sag, to be honest. It's a big Sag. I guess we'll keep the Earth form. It's technically just a better card here. Oh, man. I like this because we get to block 8, keep the Sink Below for another turn, and then we can swing the Sledge here. This is a good turn cycle here. This is good for us. Wait, no? What are you saying no about? There was no way for us to fuse and survive there. When you sledged off Pummel and Blue, couldn't you have blocked with Pummel and kept the extra blue to threaten Pummel from Arsenal? I don't think so. I think the other blue was a 2 block and we needed to keep the block there, I think. But, you know, don't hold me to that. How many Sink Belows are left for us? None, and there's 0 Rubon Carapace left, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so this is our last defense reaction that's not Pulse, which makes me skeptical to block with Frozen to death and throw the Cranial Crush here. I think we're just going to go back and forth sledging here. I think I'm going to save this for a different hand when I can. I think I'm going to save this for when I need to block 8. Oh, well, that sucks. And you have to have an ice card to pitch. Yeah, that sucks. Man, if I'd have gained life last turn, we would have been able to win, but they're playing Jarl's new cards and we're not with the new build of the deck. With the Earth version of the deck, I did not have room for that card, and we just weren't able to get there at the end. Man, swear to God, dude, this is like, we have 3 games in a row. Every game has been so freaking close, and it just feels like if one thing lines up for us better, like, there was no way to dodge us being at 1 to, like, play around this. I don't think that was, like, really an option. I guess the real question is, would throwing Cranial Crush last turn have changed the game? And, I mean, they pitched a card. What did they pitch? They pitched Crumble. So we would have... They had Pulse and Arsenal, too. Jesus. So, I mean, if we would have thrown Cranial Crush, I don't think they would have had to have blocked with 3 cards, and they wouldn't have been able to set this up. Even if their 3 cards is card in this, so, like, us playing the Cranial Crush maybe wins us the game, because then we draw into this hand, and we can throw the Cranial Crush. And there was a Oakenold, but the fuse was the turn after. We had set up multiple fuses for second cycle, but man, we just weren't able to get there. Every game, we're like right on the verge of winning. I don't know. It's kind of weird. This is the best the Jarl deck has felt so far. Like, this has been the best version that I've played so far. We went second, right? Or no, we went first, I think. No, we went second. And they didn't swing the hammer. I remember that because I remember thinking it was weird they didn't swing it. Channel Mount Eisen got us when we were at 1. I mean, we were playing a really good Guardian game, and like we just lost to a powerful card there at the end. I don't think there's really anything else to say other than what happened there. Jarl really needs Guardian Mastery to have some gas. I'm hoping that there's some powerful stuff in the Guardian Mastery pack for Jarl and for like other Guardians in general, to be honest. Probably should have blocked with card and sink and then swung hammer and discard fruits. So my concern with doing that is that if they draw into Macho Grande, like if they have a Macho Grande in Arsenal and Tunic comes up, we're just dead to the Macho Grande, and Sink Below at least keeps us there. At least keeps us alive against the Macho Grande. Right? Because we were at 1... We block 4 5s. We block Sink Below from Arsenal, Tunic, and then a 3 block from hand. And we can still throw like an 8 on that turn. So that's why I played that differently. But there is some like logic. I hear what you're saying, Brad. 76 viewers. Awesome to see your stream growing. Yo, Cranky. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, brother. It means a lot. Appreciate you coming by and hanging out tonight, too. Appreciate it a whole bunch. Man, like we're just... I feel like the more we tweak Jarl, the closer we get to actually having something. But I don't know. It just feels like we're close, but we're not there. That's true. There's nowhere to go but up. God, this is going to be a miserable matchup. Jesus Christ. I don't know how we're ever supposed to win this. Victor struggles into this damn matchup. Okay. Hypothermia seems good here to stop the daggers. I like Hypothermia here. Maybe we don't want Earth Form here. I think we want Sinks and we just want to play 63. We'll try it like this. I don't know. I do like Sledge and Tunic here. I don't know. Titan's Fist and Stalagmite might be the way to go. And then we could run our chess piece here to help us block a little bit better. Now let's try Sledge. We'll look for Sledge value this game and see what we can do here. But Hypothermia should be able to get us a lot of value this game. How's Jarl felt into Enigma? Oh, bro, it's abysmal. Abysmal, bro. It's so bad. It is so bad, it's crazy. Can you imagine their Dynamo? I mean, mangling their Dynamo would be really good here. That would be an insanely powerful play for us, right? We'll go ahead and fuel the Graveyard Plan a little bit here. Start turning on some of our decompose effects. They are running 67 into us, which is worth noting. I think we're just going to swing the sledge and just Arsenal sink below here. It's worth noting that with Hot Streak and Saber, it's almost impossible to fatigue a deck like this. So fatigue isn't really on the table for us. We can play a slower and grindier game where we are working towards the fatigue angle, but you can't play to fatigue a deck like this. You have to actually beat this deck. Yo, what's up, Cusco? How are you, brother? You doing okay, man? Oh, by the way, I have a tracking number for you. I also have a tracking number for Annabelle if she's still hanging out, and I forgot to text it to you guys yesterday when I went to the post office. I will grab them after the stream. They're in my car. I will grab them after the stream. For anybody who doesn't know, Cusco at Annabelle, a.k.a. Eric, as I never call him, I always call him Cusco. Even when I see him in person, I call him that. They were our finalists at the Talishar tournament, so I'm getting their prizes sent to them. By the way, it's surprisingly cheap to ship things to Scotland. I was surprised. And it's also surprisingly expensive to ship things to Alaska. So, you know, take that information with for what you will. I really like this hand. Really like this hand a lot. Would like it a lot more if we were able to do something. So I think we're just going to say no blocks, and we're going to play the Rebound Carapace. Calling Alaska win? Dude, I think that Cusco would be psyched if that were the case. I'm going to put the... Okay. Okay, this is something we can work with, I think. I think this is okay. And then it's going to be Hot Streak for 4. So I think I'm just going to block with the Rebound Carapace here. Actually, am I going to block with Crumble to Eternity? No. We're going to block with the Rebound Carapace here. We're going to take one. How do you participate in those? Eli, are you talking about the Talishar tournaments? Is that what you mean, man? Small packages are usually pretty cheap to ship anywhere, even overseas, but anything over a certain size gets expensive. I mean, yeah, so like the mat wasn't like crazy big or anything, right? Like it wasn't, you know, ridiculous, but it was, I mean, I don't know. I was happy to do it, man. Like, look, I'm definitely not complaining. Like, I was just surprised at like how similar the shipping costs were to Alaska versus to like Scotland. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm happy to do it. I love having the Talishar tournaments. I love that people like to come and play in them. It's a very fun thing for me to host and be a part of. And I like getting to connect with you guys on like a more personal level, you know, because I get to see people at like tournaments a couple times a year and like, that's really it. But it's nice to be able to like, you know, actually get to. Okay, let's think about this for a second. What does our hand look like? What if so if I say no blocks and give them all this copper, which feels like a bad idea, I would take 4 and then 2, and then I would go to 6. Or I'm sorry, I would take 6 and fall down to 33. I would pitch Sigil of Earth to play Channel Mount Heroic, and then I would pitch both of these cards to play Spinal Crush for 12. I mean, yeah, I think that needs to be our play line here, right? Yeah, dude, Eli, no apologies necessary, man. The Talishar tournaments are completely free to play in, brother. They're in the Discord. So since you're on YouTube, ! Discord in the chat, or you can find it in the description below. There's a link to the Discord. We run them about once a quarter. I ran 5 this year, I think. I think it was 5 is what I ran this year. But what we do is I post when they're going to be and what we're doing and stuff like that. And then you just sign up. It's ran through Gym. So it's very easy to get into and get a hold of. But it's all ran through the Discord. And I post when we're going to be having them and stuff like that. So if you're not a part of the Discord, man, would love to have you. And they're very easy to join. And the best part's they're free. And it's just all prizes and things that I've won and collected. So you got to know us better from the Talishar tourney because you learn who's degenerate. I mean, that's the truth. That's the truth, though, fam. We were trying to get a Battle Harden here in Alaska by the end of next year. Oh, dude, that would be cool. I'm not saying I would come to Alaska because, like, that is, like, literally as far away from me as you can get in the United States. But it'd still be cool. I would still like to see, like, other parts of the world. Okay. Yo, pause. You get to shuffle this into the deck? That is so dumb, bro. Yeah, we like can't do anything here. I don't even know if I want to play Hypothermia. Like, I can throw the Winter's Grasp for 7. Ew, boy. I mean, I think we're just going to play Sigil of Earth and then throw Sledge. It's pretty lame, but I think it's the best thing we can do here. We want to get a calling. I mean, yeah, you got to start somewhere. I understand. You mean to tell us you wouldn't be able to talk Carly into an Alaskan cruise? Now, I might be able to talk Carly into an Alaskan cruise. I don't know that I could talk Carly into going to Alaska for Flesh and Blood. Yeah, Carly might kill me if I try to do that, bro. Josh does not troll. He shows up to play. Don't let him lie to you. Hey, what's up, Caleb? Dude, the gym update is cool. Guys, if you have not seen the gym update, we did it at the beginning of the stream. It's actually pretty clean. Calling Antarctica when penguins start playing Flesh and Blood. I have literally never met a person from Antarctica. I've also never been to Antarctica, so that might have something to do with it. That was your only action? Dude. I mean, we can't really fatigue this deck. We're going to try like hell, but we can't fatigue this deck, dude. Oops, Alaska Fab Tournament, coincidentally, while we're there. That would be hilarious. During the summer months, it's surprisingly cheap to get here, but this time of year, it's not. Oh, gotcha. Oh, no shot. Oh, okay. I mean, listen, I would be down for a summer, a summer Alaska tournament. He just shuffled this into his deck, bro. I mean, like, come on. What is this? Is this the plan? Is he just going to block to death? Is he just going to block for, like, the rest of the game? And then he's just going to, like, use this to make a bunch of golds and then just, like, make all of them? He's going to make all those allies and I'm just going to cry? Okay, cool. Since my mom was born in Alaska, she's legally allowed to go seal hunting. That is an interesting fact. I don't know that I could ever go seal hunting. Is that a thing people do? Is that like actually a thing people do? Seems kind of dark, but I mean, you know, I guess whatever works for people. So block with Spinal Crush. I mean, if we're going to play Hypothermia, then, like, we don't have the ability to do anything else, which is real big sag. Real big sag. Like, what are the odds? No, we can't do that, can we? We can't do that because we pitched Summersfall to play this, and then, yeah, we'd have to swing Sledge. So I guess we're just blocking with Spinal Crush here. I wonder what a seal would taste like on a hot dog. Bro, this is getting dark fast, bro. Fast. I've been playing Kasai lately because my gold foil from ProQuest was a Centauri Saber. I mean, hey, it's a good reason to play it, right? If you've got the gold to flex, do it. They do in Barrow, which is literally past the Arctic Circle. Oh, okay. Uh-oh. Yeah, so this is bad. I mean, we're just gonna have to sledge these things, right? Like, we have no other choice but to just sledge these things straight back to hell. We're gonna take 2, fall to 32, and then I'm gonna kill one of these things. Now, they probably have more Raisin armies in their deck if I had to guess. We are gonna take 2 here. I mean, the ledger here, like the Imperial ledger, is pretty cool. I won't lie, I am kind of intrigued by the Imperial ledger. I think it's actually a very good play into a deck like Jarl where we're doing nothing all game, so does kind of make a lot of sense, to be honest. Does not mean I have to be happy about it, though. I just wish there was a way to play Hypothermia and, you know... Dude, is he just looking for the Ledger again? It's like, bro, miss me. I know he drew a card, so it's all free now. It's all free! We can Arsenal the Command and Conquer and look for a pummel. I think that's going to be our best line of play here. I'm going to say no blocks. Classic. Oh, classic. It's so classic. So classic I could cry. I mean, I guess we can't really play the Hypothermia here. We really need to get the Cell Sword off the board here. Yeah, I mean, why not, right? Why not, dude? Cool. No doubt. So we're going to block Pacific Steps here just to get value out of it efficiently. Played against this Kasai yesterday in their deck. How this game is going has been wildly different than mine. I mean, it's possible they're just like making changes to their deck, right? I mean, you just never know what somebody's up to. They're probably maybe they're cooking. Let him cook, as they say. Or as Trent said the other day, he's been cooked. Roll him over or flip him over. Trent said something like that the other day when we were all hanging out in the Discord. I thought it was pretty funny. I've said it multiple times since. Carly's not been enjoying that, but you know how it is. Been wondering, because of Syndra having Breaking Daggers, you think she'll make dagger tokens? Like, I mean, so that's going to be like one of the hardest things to decide is like, what does Syndra's daggers look like, right? I think that's going to be the toughest thing to figure out, because honestly, clearly there's going to be draconic daggers that we can use. I'm assuming in both Fang and in Syndra, so I'm curious to see what the daggers look like. I'm not sure. Honestly, not sure, man. Do you think they nerfed Jarl the same way with Vincent, and just buffed them later? So that is like a working theory. I think by a lot of people is that they are making them kind of weak now. I've noticed that LSS kind of has that trend. They make heroes that are even like they like LSS has kind of like learned, in my opinion, that, you know, some of the things that they do are just kind of OP, and then some of the other things they do are not OP. And so I think one of the okay, I have a family. Well, I was going to play CMH, and, you know, I was going to play CMH and throw Command and Conquer here, but yeah, that went out the window. But yeah, I could really, like, I think that one of the things they're really leaning into is they're going to give Jarl a lot of support from the Guardian Mastery Pack. That's kind of what I'm hanging on to right now, if I'm being honest. That's really what I'm hanging on to right now, so... They're getting cooked like 2-day-old hot dogs in a gas station, bro. Draconic Kadachi that breaks on hit? I would immediately sign up for something like that, dude. That sounds amazing. That sounds like everything I want in life. And then some more. Even with Fang, I'm really not sure if we'll ever get a warrior that is strong enough to LL. I mean, a warrior will LL at some point. I've seen it. I see Gentleman Heroic is not doing well. I mean, every game has been close tonight, Chris, and I'm going to be honest, it's felt like the best version of Jarl we've played so far. It's felt like the best version of Jarl we've played so far. Also, I'm just like getting it pushed in by this Kasai right now. I really don't like blocking with this, but I think we're supposed to, and I'm just supposed to swing Felling here. I think that's the play. We're just supposed to swing the Felling. We need something to like have this be a tempo swing back in our favor a little bit. Because right now it's definitely not looking great. But we're going to try and swing it around here. There's already attack that breaks daggers as a part of attacking with them, and I imagine they will play into that more with Hurl and Flick Knives. So I would really like to see Hurl be good inside of Syndra. I think that could be really cool. I have a very, very unpopular opinion about Flick Knives right now. I don't think Flick Knives is going to be good in either of the heroes. And by either of them, I mean in Syndra, because Fang can't play it. But I don't think Flick Knives is going to be good in Syndra. Like, I could be horribly wrong, but they normally do this, where they show us one hero that does this or does that or blah, 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 blah. And then everybody like specs on this card, it shoots through the roof, and like then it just ends up like not being that great. And that's my hot take this time around. That Flick Knives is not going to be that good in Syndra, and that it will come back down to a reasonable price. So that's my hot take on Syndra. I know that they're not going to block this, but I still just want to play the pummel and get the value here. They're just going to block with Dynamos because it makes sense. We're going to use the Tunic and the pummel here, and then we're going to Arsenal the other one. Also, I feel like some of the reasons that like part of our games have been weird tonight, like, is that like we've had a lot of draws like this. Now, it kind of like honestly through like about the 20 to 25 games I played at Jarl so far, it feels like a lot of Jarl's hands can just be clunky and awkward like this. So she will have her own in-class arms that are just better than Flick Knives for her. I could really see that, Valk. Flick Knives in the new Arachne? Yeah, for sure. I definitely think that Flick Knives will be good in the new... I think that Flick Knives is probably good in any assassin class. It just seems like it's really good in Syndra. And like right now, because we don't know anything else about the set, and like my spicy take is that it's not going to be that good in the new set. It's a guaranteed damage basically every turn, so it's not terrible, but I don't think it will be what breaks her. Yeah, like I think Flick Knives is going to be reasonable. If you're on the fence about buying a Flick Knives right now because they're $80, I would tell you don't. I straight up, that is what I would tell you. Don't buy one. Don't. Is Guardian dead whenever Illusionist is strong? As a general rule of thumb, yes. But I like that's too situational in my opinion for me to say yes or no to something like that. It feels very situational. We're just gonna give up the gold here. But I mean, I think most people would say yes as a general rule of thumb, but I think it's too situational. I've assumed that like my opponent would have been using Kasai's ability much more this game, especially at the rate that they're ahead. They could have a lot of gold this game, but they just haven't really done much with it, so I don't know. So it is very, very aggressive to play Command and Conquer Pummel and then Arsenal the Hypothermia, but I think we're going to need something to get us back into this game. So I think I'm just going to have to take a ton of damage here, hope they Arsenal, and hope that we can get like a really good blowout play here. I think that's just how this game is going to have to play out for us, is that the Command and Conquer Pummel is going to get us a lot of value, and then the Hypothermia gets us a ton of value next turn. Because if not, then like we're just ultimately in a really bad spot here. We all live in a mist world. I mean, yeah, like that's for sure. Like it's kind of funny. Like I saw some people talking in Discord the other day, and they were talking about how like both Zin and Enigma are gonna like LL like before June. Somebody was saying that like they could both LL before Nationals. Or no, it was London. It wasn't Nationals, it was London, which, like, I mean, seems very reasonable, actually. It's crazy that their 2-card hand still just, like, gonna do it here. That their 2-card hand is still just gonna do it here. It's wild. What a time to be alive. So this is gonna be 4 go again. We're going to give the Sink Below. Sink Below, and we're going to put the Glacial Footsteps on the bottom. We're going to try and deny him the gold here this turn. Let them LL soon. Enigma is so toxic, and my locals is on Talishar. I mean, I don't think Enigma is very toxic, to be honest. I think Enigma is the most fair illusionist we've ever had. I don't know. I have a hard time people telling me that illusionist or that Enigma is toxic when, like, Enigma just does a good job of playing Protect the Queen, and the Queen happens to be the Manifestation of Mirror guy. Like, the deck is very powerful, and I'm not saying otherwise, but I don't think a illusion, like, I don't think Enigma is toxic. I actually feel like that's a pretty bad take, if I'm being honest. Current Zen has been the most I've enjoyed a deck since Icelander LL'd. Current Zen is really cool, and I think actually, like, offers a lot of, like... I think Current Zen is really good and offers good gameplay. We're going to try and find an Earth card here. Real talk. My feeling is Dromai would have been more fair than Enigma if Rake the Embers were banned. Hang on, sorry, I've lost the chats here again. I don't know what's going on with the chats tonight. Like, it's driving me crazy. It is driving me crazy that, like, we're struggling with the chats so much tonight. So I'm just gonna leave them popped out like this. Let's see. Into Enigma deck just for it to last less than a year. I mean, like, but you want powerful decks. Like, what did James White say? Like 15 months? I mean, so yeah, less than a year is like, I get it, but I don't know. Like, we want powerful decks to do powerful things, and like, I don't know. I'm just gonna play the Sink here. We can still Spinal here. But yeah, I don't know. Like, yeah, 12 to 15 months, like, feels like a very reasonable time frame to me. Like, I don't know. I don't know. If every hero sucked, there would still be a best deck. Completely agree. That is true. I don't know. So Dromai would have been more fair than Enigma if Rake the Embers were banned. Maybe it was like the fact that I was playing Oldhim, but like Rake the Embers never seemed like a real problem to me. But I guess it was a problem in like a lot of the aggro matchups. It was like a bigger problem in those matchups, like to Dave's point. So I guess that makes sense. I'm just going to play Rebound Carapace. We are not going to decompose. I'm going to play Oakenold, and we're going to fuse here and try to come over the finish line. I don't know how people are going to say standard MTG has too fast. Oh, hang on. We got to go back through this. Of a rotation when we have no heroes leaving under a year, in my opinion. Has too fast when we have heroes. Oh, so you're saying that you feel like people's complaints about like standard, like standard rotation being a problem is not okay. I understand what you're saying. I think they didn't Kasai this turn. We'll just take 2. I think it's a different feeling, right? I think it's a different feeling because I think comparing Magic Standard in and like the LL system in Flesh and Blood is like a bad comparison. I don't think that's an accurate comparison. Like I understand like from a 30,000 foot view what you're going for here, but that feels like a very poor comparison of the two. Man, if they cover this up, it's going to be so sad. Like of the two games, because standard is constantly rotating, and you got to think a deck like Viscerai's been in since the second set, and it's never LL'd. So like we can't really. I don't. You're kind of comparing like apples and bananas here, in my opinion. Doesn't feel accurate. More that LL rotation is pretty quick for strong heroes. Yeah, I mean, so you literally cannot play like. A non-rotating game cannot exist unless you are literally just going to like say, okay, like a non-rotating game cannot exist unless you're literally just going to leave every hero in the game for all time. Like that's the only way that can exist. And I just don't think that's a good way to have the game. Standard is 3-year rotation now. Is it really? God, I don't even know if I want some cards in the game for 3 years. I don't even know if that's a good thing, to be honest. Oh. Not ready for channel like Frigid and Okanold to be CC legal again. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Jarl's not going to be a problem. Like, I would bet anybody any amount of money that like Jarl is not going to be a problem until we get to like Guardian Mastery set or something like that. Or there's like another expansion slot card that like makes him bananas or something crazy. Because like, I mean... Don't get me wrong, I know I'm definitely not playing the cleanest tonight. And like there's always better lines I could have taken, but I mean I like we're 0-3 right now. We played very close games, so I don't know. I think Fab would have benefited from a rotation similar to other TCGs. Yeah, the LSS is like very committed to the Living Legend system, and maybe like I'm just too new to like I don't know. Maybe it's because like I only ever played one TCG before this, but I actually really, really like. But like I actually really, really like the Living Legend system. I like that LL like gives us a completely different format that we can play. I don't know. Like I'm actually like a fan of the LL system, but I think that's an unpopular opinion to a lot of people. Yeah, 3-year rotation for standard is kind of crazy. The only hero that has lasted less than a year at this point is still Starvo. Okay. I mean, I did not... So what, Starvo was like, what, 6 months? Starvo was like, what, 6 months, I think? Everything else has been over a year, which makes sense. So we get to destroy Braveforge Bracers, which I don't really think is like a back-breaking play here, but I do like the idea of destroying the Bracers. We have played both of our pummels, so that ship has sailed. We're getting controversial Zach right now. He's not just yes-manning chat. It's beautiful. I mean, listen, if you guys want to talk about things that like I think are controversial, I'm here for it, but nobody gets to run home crying to their mom because I disagree with them. That's 100% my take on things, but I'm happy to like talk about things. All my all my favorite formats and other TCGs are eternal formats. So strongly disagree. Wait, what are you disagreeing with? What are you disagreeing with, Cusco? I want to make sure I understand. If we include Blitz, Zen just beats Starvo. Yeah, Starvo was like 4 to 6 months. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I know it was a very, very small number of time. Like it was not a big window there. Oh, you disagree that Fab should have rotation? I think that rotation in TCGs is what keeps it from going stale. So I like that. I like that heroes rotate. I'm personally a big fan of it, but I mean, I don't think anybody's right or wrong on that topic. That is what you prefer about games in general, in my opinion. But I'm a big fan of rotation in games. I think it's a healthy way to keep the game alive. The fact that games rotate and things like I think it's positive. We're gonna discard this to gain 2 life, and then we're going to come in for 8. We will decompose. I mean, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm someone who does enjoy eternal formats. Like, I love Modern and Legacy, and like, I love that kind of stuff for Magic, but there's a reason Standard was always a competitive format. Like, people always, Standard was always a competitive format. CC will always be a competitive format because rotation is good. Oh, you like the LL system? Oh, I don't understand what you're disagreeing with. I'm missing something. Just ignore me. Sadly, I think Mystic Heroes were too strong. If they wanted a band to slow them down, they would have done it. They'll just go by this time next year. I mean, yeah, so I don't think the Hunted, I don't think the Hunted's going to be like this, like, ridiculously stupid thing, if I'm being honest. I really don't think that's going to be the case. This game is insanely close. They're just continuing to keep a lot of cards in their deck. And we're not, so they're just trying to fatigue us at this point. And at this point, we're kind of out of the life, so I don't know. I think rotation also makes the dev side a lot easier. Smaller block of legal cards means they can curate it better. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you run into, like, less stupid things when it's broken, right? Like, when you have less cards, there's less things that can just be, like, dummy broken. I mean, we're probably just trying to swing hammer as many times as we can here. I think the LO rotation works great for a character-centric game. When Oldham and Icelander LL'd, we had some time to enjoy no ice cards at all. Now Jarl has all the hype with bringing ice back to the game. I mean, yeah, like, I think that's a really good way to look at that. I agree. Also, Mavrian Fries. I love that name, bro. Love that name. But yeah, I mean, like, it making it easier for devs to play and, like, also, like, to test, and also, like, just making, yeah, I guess we're gonna give this go again. Like, it's easier for devs to test the format, and, like, it's also, like, just, I think rotation is a good thing. I like that there are eternal formats in the game. Having eternal formats, I think, is a good thing for the game. I think that eternal formats are good for the game. Eternal formats are good, but I'm also a fan of, like, CC and rotation and stuff like that. It lets people continue to play with the cards they like forever, not arbitrarily make a card unplayable by a timestamp. And that's why I like the LL system. What do you think about... Oh, let me scroll up here. I like the LL system because it's different and refreshing. What's not refreshing is the reprint policy with a non-rotating format. I'm not sure what you mean by the reprint policy with a non-rotating format, because I don't know what you mean. I'm not sure what you're referencing. So I don't know exactly how to answer your question, because I'm not sure what you mean. This game has been really weird. It's a cool way to let a meta shift around without barring cards. Yeah. Warriors total LL points is 1310. Mystic Heroes is 2000. Is it really? Why is Rock making you depressed? Like, I go into a game expecting to lose, only to have the game get so close, but then I lose by fatigue because my weapon isn't real. Yeah, I could see that being a problem. I think they mean, like, CNC are so hard to come by because they haven't been reprinted recently, and it's hard when a good card... Oh, gotcha. If that's the case, then, like, yeah, I definitely, like, understand, like, where that, like that frustration comes from, right? Because it is tough when the cards are more expensive. It makes it harder to get a hold of cards, and there's a higher cost barrier of entry for a lot of newer players, and that does make it tough. How much for you to stream Count Your Blessings Teklo? Are you talking about like a donation? Is that what you mean? Like, is that what you mean, Cranky? Cards like Codex and CNC becoming staples in every deck, but due to them not really reprinting them. Yeah, so we actually had this conversation a couple weeks ago, and like I feel like they've reprinted like Command & Conquer. Like Command & Conquer has what, 2 reprints? It was in the original set, or it was in the second set or whatever. I think it was in WTR. So it's in WTR. It's in WTR Unlimited, which I guess is like not really a reprint. And then it was in History Pack, and then it was in another set, right? It was reprinted again. Or maybe there's just 2 Command & Conquers, I guess. But I don't know. Like I always struggle with this conversation because I feel like they reprint things at a somewhat healthy rate, personally. I don't know. It's from Arcane Rising. Hark, okay, so the Fable doesn't really count, right? But thank you. I do appreciate you pointing out the other ones there. Problem is CNC everyone needs, so cost just keeps going up and up. But like, yeah, so like the fact that like CNC is like what? Is CNC over $100 right now? Is that where we're at right now? Is CNC over $100? Because like CNC being over $100 and like what tunics, like even the freaking bright light tunics are like 160 or 180 right now. That is absurd. I agree. But yeah, they should make cards like that more accessible for everyone. I 100% agree with that statement. That like the fact that like cards are hard to access makes it harder for people to play their game. And that's not what they want. Why would you want it to be harder for people to play your game? Like you're not getting what you want. Oh no. Rutro Reggie. I'm in danger. Maybe they don't have a way to give this go again. Because I would like to fuse this, but it does not look like that's on the table right now. We're going to block one and see what happens. Mongers have sold for over 100. Are they really over $100? See, that's ridiculous. Yeah. No, like that. I agree with. Like, it is ridiculously hard to get people to play. And that sucks because it's a game we all love and we all want to see do well. I am just going to let this last one... I'm just going to let this kill me. We can't beat this. We can't beat this. So I think Count Your Blessings Teklo could be really good against Not Jarl or Enigma. Card ain't even good. Lol. Oh man, that's that one was tough. All right, we're gonna mark this down on the list here really quick. Hang on one second. Let me mark this down on my log here. 11, 26, 24. What did we play against? We played against Kasai. I think we went second. I can't remember. Loss. Their fatigue plan was crazy. Lost to Raise an Army. I mean, it's pretty accurate. I also didn't really super play to Fatigued in there, so it's hard to say what would have happened. All right, it's about 15 after 9. So what? At the rate these games go, we got one more? Jesus, that's crazy, bro. I mean, dude, it's honestly crazy that buying Dust Till Dawn is just better EV than buying the singles from the set. Actually wild. Is M shouldn't really go much above $50. I mean, yeah. So the fact that cards are over that much, when people need them to play the game, is very, very unfun. About to have a Levia run, LOL. Recently did a learn to play at a con and had a bunch of new prospective players join our local Discord. A lot of people are really dissuaded about buying in due to the cost. Yeah, no, it's a real thing. That is a real thing. It sucks, right? Because there are so many good cards. I mean, think about it. Warmonger's Diplomacy is a very good sideboard or main deck blue for a lot of decks in the format, and a lot of people don't play them because they're $80 or whatever. It's ridiculous, and it sucks for a lot of people because there's so many people who don't play the game or can't play the game because of it. Is this a Titan's Fist and Stalagmite matchup? Probably, right? Bark skin, if I had to guess. I don't know. I have no idea. Hypo, sink below, run 63. F it, we ball. I'm playing Olympia versus Yara right now. Buying back equipment with Visit the Golden Anvil is dope. Yeah, that is really dumb. I agree with that. Warm Dip is way too expensive too, and will only get worse as Dustledon isn't worth opening. Wait, what are we talking about? Oh yeah, Joe. He was totally prepared for that matchup, brother. By running unmovables, dude. He came prepared. He knew what was up. He knew what was up. Play the Sigil of Earth. And then we're going to swing the hammer in Arsenal CMH. We're going to try to get a win this time. I thought I had it rough when I started playing in a full set of CNCs. Art of War and East Strike combined were like 350. Now we got Warmonger's weakest links, and I don't even know what other generic staples. Oh, Warm Dip equals Warmonger's Diplomacy? Yeah, Warmonger's Diplomacy is ridiculous, dude. Cheapest Warmongers in the UK is $94, and the same for CNC. It's baffling to me to hear those kinds of statements. Like, it just, in all honesty, it's crazy to me. Block with everything here. Yeah, weakest links are overrated. I agree. It's kind of funny because I think that you're better off actually playing. I think you're better off playing Erase Face right now, and Erase Face is like $15 a card. So yeah, the weakest links are like $50. You buy a case of Dustledon and not get any Warmongers or Cold Foil Angels. I mean, yeah, that does feel bad, right? Like, that is a real feels bad. Can confirm. Summer's Fall and Rubon Carapace. We're going to take one. They can name whatever they want. Erase Face is actually really good in the meta right now. Completely agree. The only generic staple I'm missing is one copy of Hold the Line. How much are Hold the Lines right now? Because that's a card that, like, it's probably gone down in price since the Art of War ban, right? I've actually really enjoyed the conversation tonight. Don't get me wrong, it's tough to like make the most optimal plays when we're talking about things like this, but I've really enjoyed the conversation tonight and like talking about all the different things that we're talking about. I don't really think Oakenold was the best choice of card there, but I mean, I guess I could have one in Arsenal, right? And I could fuse. So it seems like a good choice, but we're just setting this up anyway. We're just stacking. $10. I mean, $10 for a blue M like that does really good things, I think is a very fair price. Very fair, very fair. I mean, just gonna block 5 here. Just deny the value because we're blocking 5 anyway. Oh, is Rob here? I'm here and we can start the stream now. My man shows up at 20 after 9 and says we can start the stream now. The audacity. I mean, yeah, we're gonna swing the hammer, I think. Actually, no, we're not, right? We're just gonna apologize to our opponent here because this blocks for 4. We just get to block an easy 7. It just makes sense, right? Because of the Earth thing. Why is Ripple away $25, dude? Thankfully, I own my playsets of those cards, but why is Ripple away $25? Also, pause. Like, what are these hands, dude? What are these hands? This is crazy. We can't even, like, play the CMH. Like, if we had, like, another blue, we could. Just sold one for $18. Dude, that's $7 of value. They were... Dude, were there... Were Hold the Lines really $30 at release? Is it true? Like, are y'all clowning me right now? Or is that like reals? Or is that like real talk? Yo, what is this? It's like pause. When hits and it's the second card or higher on the chain link in a row to hit, draw 2 cards. Oh, okay, cool. Cool. No doubt. Feels like the best way to block. My play group is talking about the same thing. I just ordered History Pack 1 because I needed the... We'll take one here. Because I needed the other cards anyway, and you can pull... Yeah, you can pull a lot of good money there, for sure. I got my playset of Hold the Lines for $9. Bro, insane. By the way, I've been crushing LL with Oldham lately. Oh, have you, dude? That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear that, brother. I am glad to hear that, man. I hate throwing this for 4, but I think we need to start decomposing here. Plus, this is good disruption, so... Have you been on the Count Your Blessings, Oldham? Because, I mean, dude, like, there was multiple people playing it at Columbus, and, like, they had a good run. None of them made top 8, thank God, but, you know, I mean, still had good runs, right? Like, it's a very viable deck. I still living in a world where I don't know how it beats Prism. I'm like 95% I'm playing the LL Calling. Are you talking about in Chicago? I assume you mean in Chicago. Aggro Oldham, dude, let's go. What's the easiest good deck to play in LL? The easiest good deck to play in LL? Like... I feel like my gut reaction has to be Starvo here, but... Like, Starvo feels like a good answer, but, like, Starvo, in my opinion, is also not that easy to play. Like, you have to have a very good knowledge of the game to understand how to do well with Starvo, in my opinion. So, I don't think it's easy to just say that Starvo is, like, just the best thing you can be doing or whatever all the time. But I don't know, man. Zen? I would agree that Zen's pretty straightforward. Pummel their Poison the Wells? Dude, Nate gets me, man. Starvo sounds correct. Easy to play. Lots to master. 100% agree with that statement. 100% agree with Rob. I mean, there is a lot of casino. Lexi? Briar, if you remember your triggers. Briar, if you remember your triggers, is killing me because, dude, it's like... I imagine Brad saying this and he's still sitting at home or at work and going, it's just too soon. It's just too soon. It's too soon. We're going to pitch Autumn's Touch to play the CMH and then pitch Cranial Crush to throw Command and Conquer. And we'll block with this Autumn's Touch if we need to. I mean... Zen and Starvo are hard in different ways, in my opinion, is what I would say. That they are difficult in different aspects of the game. Like, they are difficult to play in very different ways. Because you need to be pitch stacking Starvo when you're, like, trying to master the deck. But like it is also very easy to just casino high roll people. But they're also correct. Matt and Cusco are correct that it is difficult to play optimal Zen lines. The reason I would tell you Zen over Starvo is that it is, in my opinion, easier to go, oh, I have Art of War and I'm just going to pop off this turn. And I think it's easier to say something like that than it is anything else. Is my opinion. Like it's aggro decks always have an easier time winning games. Really don't want to let him draw 2 cards here. What if we went Imposing Visage and Civic Steps? No Razor, please. No Razor, please. I asked nicely. Tom didn't join. Hey, Ahmad, what's up, brother? How you been, man? I haven't seen you in a while. Hope you have been doing well, my man. Hope you've been doing well, brother. What do we got? Dachi, 26. Dachi, 25. Yep. I mean, listen, like, we're not going to give a mask. We're just going to keep blocking. We're going to swing the hammer and we're going to pass. We are definitely losing the fatigue battle right now, but that's okay because that's not really my goal here. You could just play New Prism with like a lot of auras, and if you draw the right matchups, or I'm sorry, with a lot of attacks, and if you draw the right matchups, you'll get there every day of the week and twice on Sunday. You will get there. I'm wondering what happens when you give a new player chain and they get to Shackle 7. I'm with Cusco. They die. They die. Oh, did I miss a big hydrate? Ooh, I did miss a big hydrate. I got you, fam. I got you, fam. Actually, being serious for change, the gameplay aspect of Briar is extremely straightforward in my opinion. Remembering the stupid embodiment, especially after the new rules update, sucks. So here is what I'm gonna counter it with when we talk about Briar. It is a Runeblade deck, and naturally, Runeblade decks are hard to play. Because, and they're hard to play, yeah, we're just going to give up this here. Actually, no, you know what? We're going to give up Civic Steps. Runeblades are harder to play, in my opinion, because sequencing is important. Sequencing is important. We're not going to decompose here. Prism has a hard time in the meta right now. I mean, yeah, I think that's a fair statement to say. All right, we're gonna fill up our water cup here for Brad. Oh, our opponent already passed. They're just gonna give us the 7. This is what I like about Earthform. Nobody ever blocks this card. Oh, flick flack. Just kidding. I have to take it back. I've genuinely always found Runeblades naturally easier to play than Guardians. It's cool to see what decks people figure out by nature. Yeah, no, 100%, because I very naturally gravitate towards Guardian, but like, but I mean, yeah, for sure. Like I think that for a new player, Runeblades are hard to figure out. Is what I would say. Yeah, you can't just pick up the Aurora combo and win without thinking. I think that's a very fair statement. We're going to go to 17. I don't think we're really going to find the window we're looking for to put this into play, so we're just going to have to make this happen. We're not getting the value we want here, but we're just going to have to make this happen. Briar can sometimes 30, but if a new player doesn't draw channel, they lose every game. Yeah, Briar is a mid-range deck, and if you don't understand that or know that, then I think you're on a bad spot. I completely agree. We are going to block with Frozen to death this turn, and we're going to have a crazy combo next turn. My brother thinks Illusionist feels natural. Friend feels that way about Ranger. We all hate each other's decks. I mean, that seems pretty on point. That you all hate each other's decks. Seems pretty on point. That feels bad, but it is what it is. First time we've given up Mask Momentum all game, so it is what it is. Yeah, Guardian's not very good in the current meta. I completely agree with that statement. I don't think Guardian's in a good spot in the meta right now. Oh, we've already given up Mask, so I'm not blocking the daggers here, like over and over again. And I mean, you just never know when a 0 for 4 is going to come out here at the end, so I'm always waiting to block, but if they Arsenal, it feels bad. Enigma is very close to LL. Enigma is very, very close to LL, which... I think we're just going to do it. We are going to decompose. Carapace, and Visage. This is insane. There's no Guardian, so now all we have become is Chad Acilio Gamers. Chad Acilio Gamers is a funny thing to say out loud. Illusionist feels very natural to me. Yeah, I mean, I get that. I really vibed with OG Prism, and I feel like I would really vibe with the new Prism, but I'm going to be honest, I haven't spent a lot of time playing her. I tested her a little bit when she came out, but that was mostly just to get a feel for her, and, you know, I didn't really like her at that point, so I haven't really stepped back onto that side of the plane too much yet. Flick Flag? Yeah, I was like, I want to keep that one. We are going to take one here. We're going to block with the Summer's Fall. I would like to be able to block with Sink Below, throw Hammer, Arsenal Sink Below. Although it does feel like a shame to not throw. Yeah, we're not getting value out of this. It's just going to block. That's all it does here. We're not going to sink anything. I hate to not get more value out of the CMHs here, but CMH has not felt like it now. Reading is illegal now. You're caught up. I haven't touched Fab since Mist. I mean, yeah, they had a lot of big bans of mod. They banned like pretty much all the cards that say draw card. Like they've banned a ton of cards that say draw card since then, and that's been one of the big changes that have really happened. To be honest, that's been like the biggest change we've seen so far. Replace the CMH with channel mount. What is CMT? I don't know what that is. I don't know what CMT is. Sorry, brother. Channel the Millennium Tree? I don't know how Channel the Millennium Tree helps this deck. How does Channel the Millennium Tree help Jarl, bro? Like, listen, don't get me wrong. If we can find it, I'm here for it, but God, that feels bad. I like the wider back of the cards that you have more than the normal ones. The wider back of the cards. Oh, are you talking about like, oh, yeah. So it's something you can change on Talishar when you play. I'm actually a really big fan of that, to be honest. We're going to take the first Kadachi. Because trolling exists, I would like to see the look on my opponent's face when they sit down and we play that. That would be really funny to see. We're going to block like this and swing the hammer. I mean, this is yet another turn where we took no damage, so... And when I say yet another, I mean like one of the very few this game. I have been told by many people that Jarl does seem like he's struggling into Ira, so I'm not super surprised that we're having such a bad game here, but... I think that's the second CNC we've seen. Which means there's probably another one in this hand. Considering that we're going to make this play, put this on the bottom. Command and conquer. Command and conquer. Yeah, there it is, big dog. There it is, big dog. We'll go to 3. Maybe I'm just supposed to stay at 4 there. I don't know. Struggling into Ira is not good. Art of War getting banned was a very good thing that happened for the game, in my opinion. That's, again, I think I have a very unpopular take there, but I actually don't think that's super unpopular. I think a lot of people feel that way, but I'm actually very, very glad they got rid of Art of War. I think it opened up the game for so many more design options. Jarl is indeed struggling into everything. Do we just bottom this? Sure. I mean, if he has the Razor, he should have played it already, so I don't know why he wouldn't have. We're just going to throw 9 here. Probably defense reaction in Arsenal, if I had to guess. Yeah, I mean, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm going to be playing Jarl at, like, you know, armories and stuff like that. But, guys, Jarl just ain't it. Chief called. Chief called. And Jarl ain't it. Would love to be able to throw this. Would love to be able to throw the Oakenold here. After being separated from Art of War for a couple months and playing it again this weekend, the card is stupid and should never come back. I highly agree with that take. Very much. Armory deck Jarl should have just been Blaze. I mean, I'm hopeful that they're going to hook us up with something. I'm hopeful they're going to hook us up with something else in the Mastery set. And so, like, we're like kind of, you know, not super in a bad spot, but yeah, we're just going to get fatigued at this point. Which, I mean, I never really thought we were going to get there this game, but, you know, it is what it is. We're going to go to 2. No. Man. Man. Jarl is not it, boys. Like, 0-5. It's weird because the first few games we played, the Channel Mount Heroic felt really good. And now the Channel Mount Heroic just has felt so bad the last little bit here. I don't know. Like, it's felt so bad here. What did we play against? We played against Ira. We went first. We lost. Deck is not good enough at the moment. Step away from CMH. All right. I mean, yeah, stepping away from CMH is like kind of feels like the most obvious play at the current moment. Neither is Rocknar. Thanks, man. I appreciate you looking out for me. What's your take on the current state of Fab? I would love to get into the game, but I don't know much about it. Well, Getsuga, welcome to the channel. Thanks for hanging out, man. I appreciate it first and foremost. Flesh and Blood is the best TCG I've ever played. Hands down, not even close. I played Yu-Gi-Oh! And I played Magic. And like I've played some other random TCGs here and there, but Flesh and Blood is the best one I've ever played, and I would say that bar none. It is the best game from an experience point of view, and it is the best community without a question. Like, I would fight someone over them saying it's not the best community. Obviously not really, but I do feel that way. I feel like LSS really looks to keep the game interesting. Like they really do a lot with the game, and I think that their OP circuit is by far the best. For anybody who doesn't know, I hate when people use acronyms and don't tell them what they are. OP stands for Organized Play, just in case anybody doesn't know. But I think Flesh and Blood's the best TCG there is, like, hands down. The one downfall that I would tell everybody that getting into Flesh and Blood is not cheap. It's not cheap and it is expensive. And so, like, that's one of the things we were talking about earlier. Like, a lot of the staple cards that you need just to get into the game to play are, you know, over $100. And some of them, you need play sets of them. Like, you need 3 copies of cards that are $80 to $100, and it's outrageous to think that people are going to buy stuff like that. And so that's like, that is one of the things that is hamstringing the game, in my opinion. If it wasn't for that, it would probably be like, it's already like the most growing TCG, I think, but it would be like probably the number one. Can you use warm dip acronym? It needs to spread. So what Dave is referring to is warm dip. He called it earlier as warmonger's diplomacy. I will now be referring to it as that in hopes that helping Dave spread his acronym here. But yeah, I mean, Flesh and Blood's amazing. I'm gonna be honest. If I was telling you to get into the game, I would tell you not to start with the Jarl Armory deck. Jarl has felt really mid from a competitive point of view. Like we went 0-5 tonight. I don't know if you're thinking about getting into the game, I would tell you to get into it. The game's amazing. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Jarl just does not feel like it, man. Like maybe we need something from the Mastery set. I'm still going to buy the Armory deck on Friday. I love Guardian. I love Jarl. I love Ice. I'll probably be jamming in Armories, just trying to make him work. But man, Jarl just feels extremely mid right now. Extremely mid. Also, by the way, the new gym update. If you have not seen the new gym update, check it out. It's really cool. The new gym update is really sweet. They've updated like the background and the layout and everything like that. It looks really cool. Like the new design is really crisp and clean. So check it out if you haven't. Also, if you don't feel like logging in, you can scroll back to the beginning of the stream. We checked it out at the very beginning. You can see my profile and what it looked like and stuff like that. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out tonight. I really appreciate y'all being here. Remember, there will not be a stream on Thursday or this weekend. There is a video coming out tomorrow. Jarl Vitriti Armory deck upgrades in 5 minutes for less than $120. I did increase the price from $100 to $120 because the Jarl Armory deck costs $60. So no streams the rest of the week. Video tomorrow. Thanks for hanging out. Hope everybody has a happy holiday. Happy Thanksgiving. If you guys don't celebrate Thanksgiving, hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday and a wonderful weekend. I got family in town, so there won't be any streams. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good night, and I'll see you guys next week. Take it easy, guys.